Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. To all my wonderful subscribers, both new and returning subscribers, you all are welcomed. In today's video tutorial, I'll be sharing with you two different ways to cut your three-part corset bustier. It's actually going to be a simple video tutorial for both beginners and advanced learners. And all you have to do is watch this video till the end to learn more, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends. And if you have any question regarding to this video tutorial, do well to drop it on the comment section. I'll be there to attend to you. So guys, let's get started. So guys, to start up with this video tutorial, okay, on how to draft your three-part corset bustier, here on my pattern paper I've already gone ahead to draft my basic body, and this line here serves as my nipple to nipple line. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to take our darts. Okay, so coming over to our bust line, I'm going to come down here by 1 inch, which is this point. Okay, then to my under bust, I'm going to take my darts. Okay, so coming over to my busty side, I'm going to take 1 inch, which is this point. Then to my side seam, which is this side, I'm going to take 1.5 inch. Okay, then I'm also going to repeat my darts. Okay, so what I have here as my dart space is 2.5 inch. Okay, so I'm going to take it down to my hem line, 1 inch and 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to connect this point to this. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to take our shoulder dart. Okay, so coming over to my shoulder line, what I have here at my shoulder is 4 inches and my midpoint here is 2 inches. So I'm going to mark 2 inches point here. Okay, then I'm going to connect it to meet my bust point. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to decide how covered you want your corset bustier to be. Okay, I want it to go up by 7 inches, so I'm going to mark 7 inches point here. Okay, then I'm going to also take my nipple to nipple point up to my 7 inches point here. Okay, this is how covered I want my bustier to be. Okay, so I'm going to extend my nipple to nipple line to my 7 inch marked point. Can you see what I'm doing? Then the next thing to do here is I'm going to take out 1/2 inch at my bustier side, which is this side. I'm going to mark out 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'm going to measure what I have here from my 1/2 inch marked point to my nipple to nipple point. I'm going to measure what I have here. So what I have here is 3.5 inch. Okay, so from this bust line here, I'm going to connect it to meet my under bust that leg. Okay, so I'm going to connect it like this. Okay, also coming over to my bust line, I'm going to take 4 inches. Okay, this is how well I want my corset to sit, my boobs to sit on my corset. Okay, so I'm going to mark 4 inch from my nipple to nipple line here. I'm going to take 4 inches, which is this point here. Then I'm going to connect it to meet my under bust dart. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to take my dart. Okay, from my nipple to nipple line, I'm going to take out 1 inch. Okay, which is this point here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my dart. Then the next thing to do here is to determine how low you want your sweetheart neckline to be. So I'm going to take my neckline. So for my sweetheart neckline, I'll be going down by 8 inches where my chest line is. Okay, so I'm going to connect from my that leg here, I'm going to connect it to my chest line. After that, the next thing to do here is, remember that we went up by 1 inch because of how covered we want our bustier, corset bustier to be. Okay, here I'm going to go up here by 3 inches. Okay, 3 inches, which is this point here. Then I'm going to draw a straight line like this. Okay, then also measure your 1 inch. Okay, here, then connect it. Okay, can you see that? Then after that, the next thing to do here is, from your bust line point, nipple to nipple point, just go up by 1 inch. Okay, go up here by 1 inch, then curve from this 1 inch point, curve to meet your bust line, this point to this point. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? Okay, then you can also close up this part. Okay, can as well close up this part here. Okay, so guys, this is it, and here is 1, 2, 3. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to take our basic body measurements. Okay, so coming over to my bust line, my bust circumference of 34 inch divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch, so which is this point here. Then I'm also going to add 3 inches hemming allowance, which is this point here. Down to my underbust, my underbust circumference is 30 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5 inch, which is this point here. Then I'm also going to add my 3 inch hemming allowance. To my waistline, my waist circumference here is 29 inch divided by 4 is going to give me 7.2 inches. So I'm going to mark 7.2 inches here, then add extra 3 inches hemming allowance. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect all my marked points. So guys, this is it for our pattern drafting. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead now to cut this out. Okay, so guys, after cutting, this is what I have for my step 1 pattern drafting of my 3-part corset bustier. So guys, the second part to drafting this corset bustier is, on my pattern paper here, you can see this is almost the same with the first part. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, I'm also going to go ahead to create my dart legs. Okay, so coming over to my underbust, I'm going to take 1 inch here at my bustier side, and also at my side seam side I'm going to take 1.5 inch. Okay, making it a total dart space of 2.5 inch. Okay, then to my hemline I'm also going to repeat my dart legs. Okay, so I'm going to take my dart space of 2.5 inch, then I'm going to connect it. Then the next thing to do here is, coming over to my bust line, I'm going to go down here by 1 inch, which is this point. Okay, then I'm going to connect it to meet my dart legs. over to my bust line, I'm going to take out 1/2 inch at my bust line. Okay, just the way you see me doing it here, I'm going to take out 1/2 inch. Okay, I'll mark 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here, making it a total dart space of 1 inch. Okay, then the same applies to the other side, my side seam of my bustier. I'm going to take 4 inches here. I'm going to mark 4 inches point here. Okay, then take out 1/2 inch from both sides. Okay, then I'm going to connect it to meet my bust point. Can you see that? Okay, then I will take this straight. Okay, okay, then the next thing to do here is I'm going to take out 1/2 inch from my chest line, which is here. Then I'm going to connect each point. Can you see that? Okay, then from my marked point, my dart legs, I'm going to connect it to meet my underbust dart leg. Okay, can you see that? Okay, then to the side seam of my bustier, I'm also going to connect from my 4 inch dart leg to meet my underbust dart leg. Okay, can you see that? The next thing to do here is to determine how covered you want your bustier corset to be. Okay, so I will go up here by 1 inch, just the same way we did for the part 1. Okay, I went up by 1 inch. Okay, the next thing to do here is our sweetheart neckline. Okay, if you want it to be at your chest line, then you can go ahead to connect it to this point, but if you want it to be a little bit lower or upper, you can as well connect it to your point. Okay, I'm going to measure what I have here. So what I have here is already 1.5 inch. You can as well make it 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to come down from my chest line, which is this point. I'm going to come down here by 1 inch to create my neckline, sweetheart neckline. Okay, so I'm going to connect it to meet this point. Okay, then the next thing here is I'm also going to go up here by 3 inches. Okay, to meet our armhole point curve here. Okay, go ahead and draw your straight line. Okay, draw a straight line here, then connect to your point. So guys, I went ahead to blend my point just the way you are seeing it here on my pattern paper. Okay, so guys, after that, the next thing to do here is to mark our armhole. So I'm from my point here, I'm going to take 2 inches, which is here, then connect it to my neckline. This is how to create a Queen Anne neckline. Then I'm going to go ahead now to take our basic body measurement. So coming over to my bust line, my bust circumference of 34 inch divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch, which is this point. Then I'm also going to add 3 inches hemming allowance, which is here. To my underbust circumference here is 30 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5 inch. Then I'm also going to add my 3 inch hemming allowance. Down to my waistline, my waist circumference of 29-inch divided by 4 is going to give me 7.2 inches. So I'm also going to add 3 inches for my hemming allowance. Then I'll go ahead and connect all my points. So guys, this is a basic way to draft your corset bustier. Okay, this is it. Then I'm also going to go ahead and cut this out. So here is what we have for our step 2 pattern of our 3-part corset bustier. To draft for the back pattern of my corset bustier top, okay, I've gone ahead to take my basic body block, okay, for my back pattern, and this is my nipple to nipple line. Okay, here is my chest line, okay, bust line, under bust line, waistline, and my hemline. Then if you want it to have zipper, just go ahead and add your zipper allowance. But if you don't want it to have zipper, like me, I don't want mine to have zipper, so I'll go ahead and subtract 2 inches. So I'm taking this out because it's going to have corset loops. Okay, it's going to have corset loops for the back pattern. Okay, then the next thing to do here is to take my basic body measurements. Okay, so coming over to my bust line, my bust circumference of 34-inch divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch, which is this point. Then add extra 3 inch, add extra 1.5 inch. Okay, add extra 1.5 inch hemming allowance. To my underbust circumference is 30 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5 inch. Then I will also add 1.5 inch hemming allowance. Down to my waistline, my waist circumference is 29-inch divided by 4 is going to give me 7.2 inches. Then I also added 1.5 inch hemming allowance. Okay, I'll go ahead and connect my marked points. So guys, this is it for our back pattern. Okay, then the next thing to do here for our sleeve, I'm going to mark 2 inches here. Okay, I'm going to mark 2 inches point here. Then from my 2 inches point, I'm going to connect it to my neckline, back neckline. Okay, so this is all for our back pattern neckline. Okay, it's not going to have any zipper, rather it's going to have button loops. Okay, then you can as well take out your dart legs. Okay, so here at my nipple to nipple line, I'm going to take out 1 inch from both sides of my nipple to nipple line. Okay, then I'm also going to connect it to meet my chest line point here, nipple to nipple point here. Okay, so guys, this is all for our back pattern. Okay, then let me go ahead and cut this out. So guys, this is all for our back pattern. Okay guys, this is all we have for our 3-part corset bustier. Okay, this is the first part on how to cut your corset bustier, and this is the second part on how to cut your 3-part corset bustier. So here is our back pattern. Okay, for the back pattern for both sides. Okay, do well to hit on the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends. And if you have any question regarding to this tutorial, also drop it on the comment section. I'll be there to attend to you. See you on my next video tutorial. Bye.